You know, Rashid and I have come a long way. We've been colleagues, comrades, family. Our families grew up together. Rashid and I first started working together in the early 80s, making films. And also we shared a dark room, so as photographers we had many exhibitions together. And then as I got into doing broadcast news, Rashid was my sound man. And we traveled all over the continent at a time when it was difficult for South Africans to travel in Africa. And we covered conflict all over the continent. Later on, of course, we started a jazz club in Cape Town called Rosie's, which was the foundation, I think, for Rashid's launching of the North Sea Jazz Festival and later the Cape Town Jazz Festival.
We're going to gather today, give him a nice send-off the way he would have liked it in through Rashid Lombard style, and yeah, we appreciate his contribution as an activist, as a promoter, as a photographer, and we acknowledge what he has done for everybody else, how many candles he's lit for other media people, for musicians, for a lot of people in the Western Cape in the arts and culture industry. So today we salute Rashid Lombard.
Rashid was a larger-than-life person. We were high school student causes activists, and he was in our townships. He captured our stories. He gave to our stories. He was always there. He was always firebrand. He was always surrounded by many journalists. We drew inspiration from him. We were part of that generation that was went to prison, political detainees. He was one of us. And so as democracy came, he then transitioned into a new role. He believed that our culture, our soul was important, and the celebration of our diversity was important. He played an immense role in culture, arts preservation, jazz. He loved life. He enjoyed good times. We celebrated our diversity in all our forms.
So yeah, I'm straight. What would I learn? I mean, came to me as a shock, and the mother uRashid yagula, besingakwazi ukuvizithela, was quite difficult. So nandiziva heartbroken, but I mean, you know, siyahamba sonke sibabadala, we have to give way, and uRashid umshiya nge-2 years, and beyitshomi yami sibaleka kunye emzabalazweni. Now uRashid mazi as a photographer, mazi lento yejazz izamva.
I can tell you that it immediately felt like a tree had fallen. It was really someone who paved the way for so many of us. I know this man to be a person who has given me an opportunity personally in this line of work that we do today. As an entertainer myself, he was there to assist me on the very first, holding my hand on the very first part of it all. He was the guy who introduced me for the very first time to a legend like George Benson, when he brought George Benson in for the Cape Town International Jazz Festival. So he's obviously someone very close and special to me, and I
got to know Rashid in the early 1980s, literally with his camera on the streets of the Cape Flats, and at one time seeing how the brutality of the repression against people like him. So in the first instance, he was on the front line with others of the media corps, and had to be, and obviously being the bearers of what was happening here on our streets, in our homes, in our country, and bringing it abroad and taking it abroad. There would obviously be a target of security surveillance. And Rashid, in his streetwiseness, was exemplary in the ways of communicating. He's a man of few words. He spoke with a camera and with a gentle, charming smile. He was very streetwise. So he had his own way of hustling his way through situations.
Receiving the news of Rashid Lombard passing on was an absolutely distorting moment. However, I had to find myself in that moment just standing back and looking at Table Mountain going, the son of the soil has passed, but the gift of what he's imparted in my life and my career will be celebrated for the rest of my life. And I reflect on him today as I celebrate this legacy, and not only his legacy, but the footprint that he leaves behind that will forever be in our hearts. Rashid was one of the most inspiring people that I've ever met in my life, and also one of the most celebratory people when it comes to your dreams. Rashid's one message to us over the decades that I've known him was dream, dream, dream. Because those dreams take you out of the socioeconomic gates that keep us within the things that is still part of the tapestry of apartheid. And he was one of those people that made sure that we got to climb over those gates. And so today I salute, respect, celebrate, and say I love you, my friend, and thank you that I got the gift to journey life with you.